90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Season 9, Episode 2, Houston, we have a problem. This episode was all over the place, and we're going to talk about it. In this video, we're going to talk about the show um, um, that we saw yesterday. We're going to also discuss what I think about it, and I will be reading viewer comments so that, we can get into it as we get into it. The first one that I want, couple that I want to talk about is Tiger and Adnan. So as we all know, she, went to his hometown. She married him. It appears that 90-Day Fiancé is going back in the past. We have already seen the tell all. We know that the two of them have had their baby and that they are living happily ever after here in the United States, but they're going back to pre-baby. Sometimes I often think I am crazy for continuing to look at the show to give it any energy at all because we've already passed this state. But anyway, we are going back. You all come out here to hear these reviews. We love being together and doing it. So shut up, Auntie. So anyway, we are going back a blast in the past, and she is preparing herself for her husband to come to the United States. And we see her gardening, or not gardening, but whacking grass or weeds in the backyard. She has a country home. The two of them have purchased together. They have purchased 2 bidets, and I believe she said that they were $25,000 for the two of them. Her friends are happy for her. She's just excited about her husband coming to the States. We see her go to the airport and all of the other little things in between. We see her, going to the airport and picking him up. And of course, now she is saying he is driving the car here in the United States. And I don't know, y'all let me know down in the comment section whether or not he has an international driver's license or not. I'm not sure about what he has and why he's behind her the wheel of her car. She's just excited about him being here, but now she is saying that he is pressuring her to become a Muslim wife. And she said that he had never pressured her before to be a Muslim wife. And this is just coming, I guess, out of the clear blue sky. She said that her two boys that she have now are Christian, and that she has no problem with raising this child up as a Muslim. And but she doesn't understand, and neither does she want to convert. I think that this is going to be her storyline throughout the episode. I'm not interested. I ain't got it to do. She is going to convert over because this is what she does for the men that she loves. Um, he comes to the United States. He gets in the car from the airport. It's raining. She has balloons in the back of the car, and he's driving, and she's concerned about, his driving. But if I remember, they all took a very long trip in a previous season, and so I don't think that there's any problem with him driving, but they wanted to try to make that an issue. I did not think that that was an issue at all. Tigerlily says that she did not sign up to be a Muslim wife or Muslim a woman, but yes, she did. She absolutely signed up for it. Matter of fact, she married under it. As when we met Tigerlily in the very beginning, for those of you all who are just starting to follow the show and follow me, hi, I want to. She already knew what it was with him. She had, episode after episode we would see her complain about, having to wear to cover up and things like that. She felt like, if she had to cover up, he had to cover up. So she already knew what it was. She could have had her wedding here. Like I said, when we met Tigerlily, she had weeks, I believe it was, to get married to him. The two of them met and they just, online, and they decided to get married very, very quickly. And so when we all have seen pictures of Tigerlily lately, she has been wrapped up. And so, this is something that she absolutely has accepted. And I guess this is just going to be the storyline. I don't like the storyline, don't care anything about it, but okay. The next couple I want to talk about is the people that are down there in Florida: Andrei and Libby, Loren and Alexi. Who else is down there? Yara and Jovi, and Lauren's girlfriend. Now, we continue on with what was going on last week. As we all know, Andre has stirred the pot and said that he is going to be moving to Moldova. If his wife does not want to move to Moldova with him, he is going to force her to do so. So we take this conversation back into the home, and the little girlfriend, I don't know if her name was Noma or what her name was, I can't remember it, but anyway, I digress, is going off because her and Andre get into a verbal altercation with each other. So we see a little bit of it. Next thing you know, we're opening up the episode with her screaming. And I don't know if she doesn't realize that this is right up Andre's line. See, Andre could not get Loren, neither could he get Yara to feed into this. But this woman who's never met him before fed right into his ploy. I mean, like, this is what he wants. He wants an argument. During this, it was very well noted that Elizabeth wasn't saying anything. She wasn't defending her husband. She wasn't opposing her husband. She was doing nothing at the table. So, of course, this girl has to exit stage left. And now we're left with the conversation. Libby and Andre get in the car and they drive back home. And of course, now they are the victims of Lauren's girlfriend. Now, Libby has indicated that she went to Lauren's house and she wanted to share this with Loren, okay, for advice. So, this was Lauren's way of giving advice. It wasn't that they did not put this. Matter of fact, okay, let's just be serious about it. Let's just be real. If Elizabeth and Andre did not want anyone to discuss their business, anyone to have a reaction, anyone to have a say so whatsoever, they should not have brought this to the group. But that is exactly what they did. They brought this to the group for the purpose of creating controversy. Now, on a usual day, I would say, everybody don't say anything. Let Andre talk. Andre was at the grill when the guys were at the grill. Andre was at the grill talking to the guys. He wanted this, right? This is part of the script to get everybody involved in his business. And then when someone gets involved and takes it a little further, then we get this from Andre. Because this, excuse me, this is how Andre gets his money from TLC, by being controversial, by causing chaos and confusion, by having arguments, by stirring the pot. This is what he does. So none of what he got was unsolicited. He absolutely solicited and went door to door, person to person. However, we saw Libby saying nothing. But later on in the evening, Libby gets back to the crib and in the car and talks about the young lady. It says that the young lady was going overboard. She would, she said that, Libby, the time for her to have said something like that was at the party. She knows what her husband's job is. They're a good cop, bad cop. Period. No one in the home, including the girlfriend, stepped out of bounds because this has been the topic of discussion. If you notice during the conversation at the grill with the guys, the conversation with the women by themselves, and a combination of all of them coming together, this has been the topic. So you can't say someone stepped out of bounds. Someone needs to mind their business because you brought your business to the table in an open forum for all of us to discuss. And if this is not what you wanted, then don't bring it to the group. Absolutely, Indigo Blue 50. She says fake storyline. Lisa Taylor says it's a fake storyline. Debbie H says I hate this cast. Fake storyline. Lisa said facts. It's fake. So now he's in the kitchen and he says that people are mad and jealous because they're going to Moldova and they don't know anything about Moldova. Y'all know I gotta go to Bestie, right? Let's go to Bestie. Let's see if she has an attitude today because yesterday, for some reason, Bestie had an attitude. So I asked Basti, give me a summary of Moldova, the good, the bad, its history. Is it a good place to raise kids? Brief history, ancient roots. Moldova's territory was once part of the Principality of Moldova, which later split. One part went to Romania, another to what is now Ukraine. In 1940, Moldova became a Soviet republic. It remained under the USSR until it gained independence in 1991. After independence, Moldova struggled with corruption, economic instability, and a breakaway region, which still causes political tension today. And I'm reading this to you all because he said nobody knows anything about Moldova. So I want to make sure that you walk away as my nieces and nephews with a history about Moldova. Shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. The bad. Economic challenges. Moldova is one of the poorest countries in Europe. Many young people migrate for work. Corruption, a long-standing issue in government and institutions, though some improvements are being made. Healthcare. The public healthcare is unfunded. Quality can be inconsistent outside of private clinics. Limited job opportunities, especially for non-locals or those outside. Tech, agriculture. Transnistria conflict, although not actively violent, is a frozen conflict zone that complicates Moldova's path towards EU integration. Is Moldova a good place to live and raise kids? It says yes if you value peace, low living costs, and tight knit communities. If you plan to live in a city and can afford private health care and possibly private school as well. You're working remotely to bring income from abroad. Now, let me stop right there. If y'all remember, he said that he would be remote working, which means that Libby would absolutely be the single, I mean, I want to say the single mom that she claims that she is. This is why he said he's going to be working remotely because there are no jobs. Let's continue. It says these are the challenges. Public education is decent, but lacks modern resources. Limited extracurriculars unless you're in a major city. Economic instability might be a concern if you're relying solely on local employment. Moldova is a hidden gem for people who enjoy simplicity, nature, and a slower life, especially if you're financially secure or working online. It's not ideal for those seeking fast paced careers or modern infrastructure, but it offers strong family values, rich culture. Okay, but is it safe? Is it safe to walk the streets at night? Okay. Child. Child, they said they got scams and pickpocketers, police corruption, drunken behavior, poorly lit allergies, mm, different political and law enforcement structures. It's best to avoid these areas. Poorly lit alleys, parks, and remote areas. Oh my God. Never mind. I stay over here with the problems we got over here. It's better the devil I know than the devil I don't know. So I would not be living up in that camp at all. Andrei is depending on going back and being a or appearing to be a very wealthy man because he wants to do a remote job. And that's why he wants to do remote because there is no employment. Okay. His wife put him on. She put him on. It just is what it is. The wife put him on. She absolutely did. They bumped everybody out of the family, destroyed relationships between the kids and their mother and their father, and took over the fucking business. Got a house and everything else out of it. They manipulated that. But I'm gonna tell you, honey, it don't never pay to be dirty. It never pays to be dirty. And I'm sure that there will be a time where his sins are going to find him. Okay. And that's just how that is. Who is the next couple that I want to talk about? So I talked about who else is on this show, y'all. Do I need to pull them up? I probably do because I don't feel like thinking that hard. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, these Apple phones, they need to make these keyboards bigger. So Cara and I cannot pronounce Mr. G were on here. Their relationship is over. Whether she wants to save this relationship or not, it's over. Anytime your husband is asked whether or not he loves you, and he said he think he do, he might not. He don't think so. He don't really fuck with you. You know, she was saying that she sings. He doesn't support her in that. He doesn't like anything about her. He just wants to come to America and be an airline pilot. He didn't half-ass want to work when she first met him, and he half-ass don't want to work now. And if he work, he damn sure don't want to work to put anything in her household. Her relationship is over, and his idea of fixing the relationship is let's start sleeping together again. Bitch, you crazy? Her relationship is over. And I don't know how many weeks we're gonna have to suffer through watching their jacked up relationship. Next person that I want to talk about is Darcy and Stacy. Y'all, that goddamn plastic surgery. These girls are like literally, in my opinion, they literally look like blow up dolls that you give from some of them corn sites. You know, like when you get your lips done, you put your lipstick on, women or whoever, and you stand in the mirror and you know, kind of, you put them together. I wonder what if these sound like symbols, bitch. Them things are so big and disproportionate to their face that, like, it's hard to believe that a plastic surgeon would look at that and say, God, you're a work of art. I did such a great job. Their lips look painful. Their eyes look swollen. Look like they've been in a boxing match. I like these girls. Their breasts are disproportionate. They're trying to put shoes on and they getting Charlie horse in their toes. Who the fuck put shoes on, sandals, and got Charlie horses? These men that they are with, they're smart to be with them because they don't require much from their relationships. Darcy is saying that she wants to be as free as Stacy and her man. But didn't Stacy and her man just break up? They're having their 50th birthday party. Now, Darcy's husband had already told her, you're going to have to chill on the brassicas being out and all of that. So, of course, that's still on her mind. She's looking at Stacy's relationship because she's always been envious of Stacy. And she is wanting what Stacy got, but Stacy's marriage is in a trash can. So they getting prepared for this thing, this little party. They had a little party. Darcy's husband is late because he's working. She finds out and tells them in the car on the way over that he got a promotion on his job. And she didn't know about it. She says, why can't he talk to me about his finances? We need to be open. We're married now. If he didn't talk to you about his, oh, you try not to be irritated. Ladies and gentlemen, if your significant other has been dating you for over a year, I'm gonna just give it over a year because for me it's instant. If they have not been talking to you about their finances, I'm talking about running credit reports, bitch. I'm talking about everything financial. How many accounts do you have? What's your credit score? What's your goal for your credit score? Because I had a goal for my credit score, and I'm there. But it took hard work, paying them bills, and doing what I needed to do to ensure that my credit score stayed where it was. Because when I first started looking for homes, I had zero credit because everything I did was cash and carry because I was a single mom and I was like, bitch, you ain't gonna give me no credit card. You're not giving me any credit. So I had to build my credit up around the corner, legally, but around the corner. And it was a lot of people who walked through with me and supported me in build. I don't want a man if his credit score ain't at least, bitch, 830. I ain't got to do with you. Not at this age. Not at this age. You ain't coming to me with a 745, bitch. And I'm talking about we on the bureaus and we're pulling them together because you ain't gonna bring me some Xerox copy of somebody with your neck. Bitch, no, we're not doing it. If this man had not been talking to her and credit was something for her, finances was an issue for her, security, financial security was an issue, she would have been did this. So for her to be married now to a man and she don't even know he got a fucking promotion and don't know how much he even made, she ain't seen his. She don't know what he got and what he doing it for. She don't know if he got a rainy day account or not. Because if you think that men don't have rainy day accounts, bitch, you crazy. I want to know everything, and I want to be clear with you on everything. And we just go hit on the slide on do this prenup. We do this. You come in with what you got. You know what? It is the hardest thing. Okay, I'm gonna go off base real quick. It's the hardest thing to talk to Christians about this because they think God gonna answer everything, but the Bible says that money answereth everything. But see, we don't want to talk about them scriptures that money answer everything. And if it didn't, they wouldn't ask you for no tithes and use Malachi. You know what? That's another day, another thing. But you can't tell them about finances. They're the hardest people to talk to about finances. Bring ye all your tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in my house. And hear me now, here with said the Lord of hosts. If I will not open you up a window of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you don't have room enough to receive, and I will rebuke the devout child. Don't get me started. And she in a whole relationship and don't know what the man made. And he comes to the party with no wedding ring on. You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. Loren and Stacy, they around there kissing and slobbing each other down and can't stand each other. They was on a daggone last resort with each other, and child, she ain't like nothing about them. And you sitting up there with your mouth and you saying, you got your mouth on it and you saying, I want what they got. Be careful of what you covet and what you ask for. Y'all feel like I'm preaching a sermon. I'm talking about covetousness. If I don't know nothing else, honey, I know the word. I'll cuss you out, but I'm going to tell you, I know my word. Ain't no way in the world I would be in this relationship. She getting the cake coming over, they blowing the candle together, they both bite off the cake. I said, that's so nasty. That's so nasty. Nobody should be sharing a blowing on the cake or any of that. Not in this environment, nasty people. Anyway, I digress and I'm going to move the hell on. Last but not least, we got Gino. Gino's cousin, is that Gino's cousin? Is the nastiest, stankiest, connivingest bitch on the face of 90-Day Fiancé guests coming in. Why in the hell would she go out with Jasmine and say, I got my own relationship with Jasmine? And I feel like she need to know what Gino is doing so she don't get hurt. If you don't sit down and mind your business, you wouldn't have a relationship with Jasmine had it not been for Gino. So, but your loyalty is to fucking Jasmine? Y'all, where's my dog? So she tells Jasmine that Gino out in Vegas with Natalie. Gino is for real like Natalie. Keep feeling himself, and himself is feeling him. Okay. Okay. Gino feeling his damn self. He said, I never knew love like this before. Now I'm lonely nevermore since she came into my life. Okay. Gino is like, cause I never knew love like this before. Open my eyes. Ciao, bye. Gino is feeling Natalie, invited Natalie back to the room. Natalie says, sure, honey. What you like about what we did? Did you like sucking through the nipple? What did you like, Gino? They had a good time. And she was like, I really want to know what's going on with you and Jasmine. Like, I need to know this. Right. Like, for real, seriously, what's going on? So, he tries to give her a little bit enough to pacify, but she's like, no. So he tells her that, he's still married to Jasmine and that they're in a, what do you call it? Couple swap or whatever you want to call it. And she was like, am I part of this? Am I part of this open marriage? And she told him, you gonna have to be, you gonna have to have a conversation with Jasmine. This gotta be over. I can't be in this open marriage. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. And I don't blame her. She's having a good time with Gino. She asked Gino, when was the last time you slept with Jasmine? Honey, let me tell you, they had Jeopardy playing. Do 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 do. Gino was like do 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 do. Before the wedding or no? Gino ain't slept with Jasmine in that long. He said there was a connection between him and Jasmine before. I don't ever remember seeing a real connection between Gino and Jasmine. Gino always made Jasmine fight for the D. We've been around. We've been around. He's always made Jasmine fight for the D. I don't remember seeing a time when Jasmine was ready and Gino was too. I don't remember. If y'all do, put it down in the comment section because I don't remember it. And that's just dead ass. I don't remember him ever being really interested in Jasmine. Oh, girl, I didn't know if you was up here now. Why you sleeping down there? They've never really had a relationship with one another. I think that Gino did a lot of stuff for the show. I think that he was like Angela and Michael, damn near forced into getting married. The wedding wasn't special, like nothing. He married her like he was marrying her down at the courthouse in order for her to get her green card. But then he didn't want her to get the money. This is some bull crap. But she said, you know what? I'm going home. I'm not going. Natalie said, I'm going home. I'm not doing this with you, boo. I ain't got this to do. Jasmine needs to know about me. Jasmine is saying that she loved him and her and Mark are just friends. But all of this is, again, pre-taped and she got a baby in her. I'm going to have to delete this baby. I know what you mean, but it ain't going to come off with YouTube, okay? Brian Round said that Gino may be one of those guys that get off being demean. I agree. Sugar 48 said they were always fighting. That turns Gino off. Charlotte said, yup, it's been forever since he was into Jasmine. Absolutely. Tamika said he was counting fingers and toes. Okay. Tamika says also that yes, Natalie, you were paid to be a part of this PPEN marriage, open marriage is what she means. Ryan Round says she's only related to Gino by marriage. She has no loyalty to him. I am AMF cousin was being messy because it wasn't under Jasmine's business what Gino was doing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wendy Front Yard said those cousins have sided with Jasmine on social media for years. But I think that recently, Wendy, they've turned against her, haven't they? Let me know, boo, down in the chat. Scandalous says, where are Jasmine's kids who she left in Panama and hasn't discussed for multiple seasons? Your guess is as good as mine, beloved. It is as good as mine. But anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all long. I just wanted to come out here, have a conversation with y'all, do the review of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Season 9, Episode 2. Houston, we have a problem. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section what you all think about it. And if you have not already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Don't cost you nothing. It's free 99. And when you hit that subscribe button, make sure you turn on your notification bell so that when I go live, you go live with me. Thank you for joining me. I love you all. Have a great day on purpose. Bye, y'all.